Hi, hello guys, and today we're here with a video I thought I had done a long time ago, but apparently not, as this Be Mine Sweet Valentine Rerun banner that has both the Valentine Lambda and Valentine Alpha on it. See here with this event Lambda and this event Alpha. Now, I'll save the best for last and dive into this Lambda first. We have our ultimate here, which pretty much does raise recovers HP and raise crit. If for 10 seconds, if you're mental, pretty straightforward, 50% crit rate, unless you're unawakened, and 100% unawakened. Now with skill 1, which recovers HP of a single eye and raises attack and crit attack. Well, raises attack and raises crit attack if you're mental unawakened. You just get 30% more crit attack, which is okay, I guess. Now the skill 2 I mean, inflicts 50 damage and inflict weakness for 8, or if awakened, 13 seconds. And then we have her special ability, which is pretty similar to her right healer counterpart, which pretty much raises damage and 50 per tank if the first, and if in first position as it says here, and raises damage to 50 by 20% if you're elemental. And awakened, you get 100% boost to both, which would pretty much mean that this Lambda will be giving either 400 to 600% buff to this event Alpha here, which is pretty similar to what they did back then with they did this red Lambda, as you can see, recovers HP. So they gave this one attack buff. I'm not too sure why they didn't give it to the event one. But yeah, since it's awakened, there's the 1% crit rate. And pretty much the same skill here. Raises recovers HP, raises attack, and does some other stuff. And then pretty much here's the same thing as well. But mine's awakened. So it would be pretty much this Lambda mashed up with this red rose. It's the same thing, but just you swap out alpha for rose, of course. Well, I mean, you swap out rose for alpha, I said the other way around. But in reality, you're switching out rose for this alpha, which I'll get to in a bit. Though it really makes them, it doesn't really make them that much better, but it got SS plus tier recently, and simply just gives the tank alpha 200% damage inflicted buffer and refers to attack if you have a mental health, which is pretty specific to Valentine alpha. And then when the healing technique is automated, you get 50% crit attack here. So this makes it that you recover HP, grant crit rate, and crit attack boost. And the awakenings, the A1 is for free. Well, the A1 is okay, I guess. A2 is okay as well. A3, alright. A5's ultimate, but realistically, you don't really need a pull for this Lambda. She sucks actually still, even with this plus gear. This new alpha is still pretty much way better, and I already did a video on that one. As you can see, I did some stuff myself, so you can check that out. It will be in the pinned comment. So yeah, really, not really worth pulling for this Lambda. Or if this as well as you can see here, they give this Lambda here for free. They give this Lambda here for free, as well as her magic gear, shards, and some equipment. So you really don't need to summon for her, and you don't really need to summon for her. You can already get her for free. So, good I switch. So now we're going to switch the topic to Alpha instead. We have her ultimate here, which recovers HP, and raises attack after inflicts damage on enemy, which is alright, I guess. And we can you double in the attack buff, and you deal some more damage. Every skill one traces her own defense and shields damage of all allies. Now in Awaken, you get 7 seconds longer duration on both. However, skill 2, it inflicts damage on second enemy for a crit defense if blue elemental. Which it does suck when they do the crit defense instead of normal defense, but oh well, I guess it's something. This perfect kills gift skill. Server she raises the speed of all eyes, meanwhile for raising her own defense. Anyway, making it just get buffed both. Which I guess all the defense buffs here and here do make her a tank after all because of the high defense as well as shields damage. However, it's this plus gear here which we got recently. And it's over conversion crit rate. And if you're wondering what that is, if for every one fair crit rate exceeding 100% raise crit attack by 1%. And there's the shield as well. And it also shields damage of our eyes for 60 seconds. And when skill 2 is activated, it cancels all shield effects on single enemy, and then when it activates the ultimate, raises the on crit rate and speed, which goes well if you put this Lambda with her, especially if you proc Lambda's ultimate first, since you get the crit rate and crit attack buffs here, and then get the similar buffs from Alpha's SS Plus gear, and then of course the attack buff here as well. So yeah, if you get pretty much everything to go well, you could get a lot of buffs for Alpha's ultimate to hit hard. Though the only problem is here Lambda herself pretty much sucks because I mean compared to Alpha and Epsilon, her S plus here doesn't really the crit attack on this and the ultimate so doesn't really do too much, especially when the rest of her skills are lacking. This one always attack or single and inflicts damage on weakness on enemy. And pretty much since this is lacking, overall I mean both this alpha here and can give like crit rates and down to can give tons of buffs like the crit rate, attack buff, as damage inflicted. The alpha can even recover SP and have stuck with damage inflicted here. And increases speed as well. Both this alpha and this epsilon here can provide way more buffs as you can see. How stacked this epsilon's ult is giving crit rate, crit attack, and even some SP as a bonus. And here with the damage inflicted and SP boost rate as well. Really and truly Lambda isn't really worth it since you get her for free airways, and even if you did so and she did suck, and because Lambda sucks, it kinda does affect this alpha in a negative way, sadly, in which I think they could have done her gear better to be more like the tank Eta. Like they could have just given her some more buffs instead of trying to increase her own damage. I mean, it could still someone just to try and collect alpha, but in my opinion, not really worth it for him to go the full 5 multis, as I think the upcoming Epsilon, that should be a second event unit that should drop in like 3 days, will be a tank. So in my opinion, not really worth it, but if you do someone, or if you're re-rolling or so, you could try, but in my opinion, not really worth it, and the other banners would just be more worth it. Yeah, that's about it for this video. See ya!